Cool. Okay. Well, welcome everybody to our Wednesday night event. I am Megan and I'm super stoked to be hosting this event tonight. Tonight we're going to be hearing from some beautiful women who have decided to say yes to more. And I just absolutely love getting the opportunity to connecting with all these women every Wednesday night. So these women have decided to say yes to more. To really up-level their health for themselves and their families, but not only to up-level their health, also to up-level their lifestyle so that, you know, we have the opportunity to create a life that's more than just okay, a life that we're really passionate and inspired by, and, you know, a life where we get to connect and we're supported by beautiful people that help us grow into the best versions of ourselves. So I am going to hand it over to Jacqui, who's going to share a little bit about the products in the program. So Jacqui, do you want to take it away?
Thanks, Megan. I loved your intro. Totally up-leveling our lives. So my name's Jacqui, guys. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. I love sharing this part because I get crazy passionate about the products. They have changed my life in some incredible ways. But rather than talk about myself for ages, I'm going to jump straight in. If you're not familiar with the products and the program that we love and share, these are the Juice Plus products. Now, right here is our flagship product, fruit, vegetable and berry capsules with about 33 different varieties of top quality vine ripened produce in them. Now, when I heard that, as a PT, I was super skeptical. I thought for sure there has to be something else in there. Maybe there's a snippet of all these fruits and veg, but that can't be it. But what I found when I did my research is that this really is all that's in them. They're encased in a vegan plant-based capsule even. And taking a look at the label on the back, I noticed that it's a food label. It's not a supplement label. And they literally are ingredients that I can read and understand and I know what they are. So I jumped straight in. And I understand the power of harnessing Mother Nature. You know, she has created these fruits and veg because that's what our body needs. That's what our bodies thrive on every day. And I don't know about you girls, but I struggle still to get my 5 veg and 2 fruits every single day if I didn't have these. Even as health conscious as I am, we're just busy. Life is a little bit crazy and it's hard to make that happen every day, especially without that produce being available to us. You know, a lot of the stuff we buy off the shelves now, it's frozen or it's been picked before it's fully ripe. So you're just not getting the quality that Mother Nature intended. Now, if we look at the birds and the bees, they don't eat fruit until it's ripe, right? That's when we should be able to. So Juice Plus takes, like I said, vine ripened produce. They juice it, they pulp it, they remove the water, and what we're left with is an incredible whole food powder that has still got living enzymes in it, proven to still be alive when they get into your bloodstream. All of the micronutrients and the phytochemicals that we need to really thrive every day. So that's the flagship product. The second thing that really made me fall in love with this company and what they're all about is that they have got fruit and vegetable in a chewable form. Not only for the people that don't like to have a capsule, but for the kids in our families, right? Kids also benefit from this incredible array of nutrition every single day. And Juice Plus is so passionate about family health that for any adult that takes the products, they can sponsor a child between the ages of 4 to 18 years to get these completely free for up to 4 years. Like, that is crazy value and such a heart-driven model for a company to follow. So that's kind of the flagship product, the chewables. We have one other capsule, which is our plant-based omega. I know we're all aware of the power of omegas, right? Everyone's talking about fish oil, but we've gone one step better. Fish get their omegas from algae, so we've gone straight to the plant source, skip out the middle fish. These have got algae, sea buckthorn berry, raspberry seed oil. Once again, incredible plant-based ingredients so that we're harnessing the true power of Mother Nature and getting a broader array of omegas than what you typically get from your fish oil. So where a fish oil is generally an omega 3, 6, 9, we get even more from these bad boys, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in them. And they're encased in such a way that the oil is not sent rancid. So here's a little fun fact for you that I learned not all that long ago. is that an omega will actually go rancid if it is heat treated, encased in a capsule with heat. Most of them are. If you can't see the join on the capsule, I almost guarantee it's been heat treated. So that oil's rancid before you even get it into your body. But ours, it took them some time to get these on the market because it took them time to figure out how they could avoid that process and seal them with extreme cold temperatures. So I'm super proud to put these in my body every day and to recommend that my friends and family do the same as well. And then we have one more product. That's it. Nutrition should be simple. So where these look after your micronutrition, your healthy fats, we look after our macronutrition with our Juice Plus Complete powders. Now, give me a show of hands, girls. Team chocolate, team vanilla. I'm 100% team chocolate. They both taste amazing. But they're plant proteins, super kind to your digestive system, being a plant protein, and full of other incredible ingredients like pumpkin powder, pomegranate powder, yucca powder, spirulina powder, all of these ingredients that you wouldn't pay me to eat that every single day if it wasn't this convenient and if it didn't taste like chocolate or vanilla. I love them for a post-workout snack, for something on the run. I always have a couple in my handbag. Worst case scenario, a bottle of water, tip it in, shake it up, and you've got an awesome meal on the run. So super duper passionate about it. And I love that while these inspire people, not only do they improve your immune system, kids are missing less days of school. There's so many incredible results. But one of my favorites is that people seem to crave healthier foods. You're flooding your body with all of that goodness every single day. You start to want more of it. So we have incredible programs to back that up. Hundreds of recipes, heaps of guides, whatever level you want to take your health to, we have the recipes and the guides there for you. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Megan, because I know I can just talk for ages when I get started.
Thanks so much, Jacqui. Yeah, I absolutely love the products as well. It's just such an easy way to bridge the gap between what we should be getting and what we are getting. So thank you so much for that. And now we're going to hand it over to Keryn. I think she's going to share her product story on what she's really enjoyed about the products in the program.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me on tonight. Yeah, look, these products came into my life about 4 years ago now when I was pregnant, and at the time I was, open to looking at anything that was natural and could help me with energy and just to feel better, and not needing little sleeps every day and all of those kind of things. And when a friend shared this with me, it just completely made sense. The fact that give me more energy throughout the day, help me with bridging that gap in nutrition as I was super busy with another child and just not finding that time, for myself every day like I should have been. So I jumped on the product, not thinking, too much of it really. But one thing I didn't know at the time is that it could help me with my skin condition. So I'd had eczema my whole life. I was born with it pretty much since I was a baby. Run around to every doctor and every specialist in Perth and used every steroid cream on the market my whole life. I was that little kid that went to school with white gloves on my hands because I had to have steroid creams on my hands every day. It was so bad. And all the doctors could say is that, just, keep doing that pretty much. They didn't really offer any other solution. And I since learned that, obviously things like eczema and asthma and psoriasis and all those things, they really need to be healed from within. So once I started on this product, took about a good 5 months, I would say, before I started to notice that it was disappearing. And by the 6th month, it was completely gone. So it's been absolutely life-changing for me. I've been on the product probably 4.5 years now, and I've never had eczema again since, which has been, made such a world of difference. And I can't believe that something something so simple pretty much solved the problem that I'd had my whole life. It's just crazy. So super grateful for that, of course, and love to share that with anyone else that's got any type of skin condition out there too. But also just little changes, like in my kids were super fussy with their veggies, and okay with fruit but not so good with veggies, and I started them on the kids version, the little chews as well, and these days they're helping themselves to the fridge and pulling out carrots and cucumbers and stuff like that without even being asked. So they're a lot better. They're craving more of that good stuff, which is amazing. Also my husband, it took me about 18 months to get my husband on the product because he was quite a bit skeptical. He was like, what is this stuff I'm paying for every month? And I finally got him onto it, and he pretty much came home after about 3 weeks. He was always very tired, exhausted after work, needing 3 or 4 coffees to get through the day. And about 3 weeks later, he came home and he was like, wow, like I'm waking up before the alarm clock. I'm not needing, coffee throughout the day at work. I've actually got energy to play with the kids when I get home. And so he saw a massive difference within a couple of weeks. And all I could say was, I guess, told you so. But anyway, he saw a massive difference, and since we've had such great results that I've recommended it to obviously my extended family and my circle of friends, that I'm seeing like the amazing results that they're all having as well. So yeah, can't recommend it enough. It's been massively life changing for us.
Oh, there we are. Oh my God, that is so good. Like, you had so much in your share there, like increased energy, improving your skin, and also the cravability for the kids as well. And for me, I'm 5 months pregnant, and I have absolutely loved the products as well. They've really helped with my morning sickness, and I hope that I'm starting that cravability in the womb. So when little bub comes out, they're going to be wanting the good stuff and getting the good stuff from the get-go. So thank you so much for the share. And we're going to pass over to Lexee now, and she's going to share her amazing results from the program.
Hi. Oh, there I am. Thanks for having me on tonight, Megan. Just tell a little bit about my story. So I started 5 months ago. So 5 months ago, I went into it to lose weight, majority of it, but just got to the point where I had no energy. I lost my confidence a lot. So I initially lost 6 kilos doing that, and then in the 3 months after that, I managed to lose another 6 kilos as well. Yeah, just amazing experience. It was like a really positive experience, whereas before it was negative and just difficult. Never really followed it properly, and it took forever to lose weight. Love the food as well, just blown away. And even like all my family around me, my sister even stay with me on the weekend, and she leaves going, I feel so good because I've been feeding her this amazing food. So I've been able to share it with people around me who are loving it as well. There was a lot of other benefits, like my skin improved dramatically, so I never wear makeup anymore. Hate putting it on, like I don't need to. My nails are so much stronger than they've ever been before. I'm loving. So, I mean, I've got my son on the tubes, and I have just recently noticed his eczema starting to go down as well. So, and before, like, the creams never really worked for him. I've got to say, just recently, I've noticed my mental clarity is a lot better. Like, I just moved almost 450 kilometres away, and the stress of all of that, I felt like I was able to kind of get through it, and I was still quite focused, and then being able to settle into a new town, take on 2 new jobs, just a whole new lifestyle change, really. Felt like I've settled into it really well, until I got a chest infection, which I'm still recovering from, but I was actually quite surprised that I got it, because I was still getting around doing everything that I wanted to do. I felt like a little bit sluggish, not that rush of energy which I would usually get. So I thought, oh, maybe something's going on. I better go to the doctor after over 3 weeks of a cough. And yeah, they said I had chest infection. I had a bit of crackling on the lungs, which is really bad, and wheezing. So she said, you need to take antibiotics, steroids, and a puffer, which is like just in case, because you need to nip it in the butt. I was like, wow, okay. Kind of get home. I need to rest, but I'm just going to go do some cooking, even though my son was sleeping. Just, whereas before, when I'd been sick like that, I would be on the couch. I would just be, I can't do anything. But just that extra energy. And I felt now, just realised how much better it's improved my immune system. Just kind of going through a big move and getting sick like that. how much it really does, you know, the benefits really, it really is true, you know, it works. So yeah, so that's like a little insight recently with my sickness. So yeah, so loving it and happy to keep sharing it with everyone around me. So yeah. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Lexee. And yeah, I mean, isn't that just amazing? Like the magic of whole food nutrition, you know, even though you've been really suffering really by the sounds of things, you haven't even really noticed. And it sounds like, you know, the products have really helped you keep your energy sustained throughout that whole time so that you can still maintain, you know, the busy life of a mum and also the move down to Esperance. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, Albany, sorry. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to share a little bit more about how this awesome opportunity can create a better lifestyle for ourselves as well. So I'm just going to hand it over to Jo, and she's going to share a little bit about the biz.
Thanks, Megan. I love hearing all those stories from Lexee. I don't know that I've heard that sort of next part of your story, so it's amazing. I love, you know, hearing your journey change as you go along. So that's really exciting for you. Like Megan said, my name is Jo. I am based in Perth now, and I'm a mum to two. I've got a 6 and a 9-year-old, and I'm a registered nurse. And I know that when I was first introduced to this, I was really skeptical about it. I looked at it and thought, oh, it's one of those pyramid things, but I didn't quite understand what that meant either. It was just a phrase that I'd heard. And when I looked into it a little bit closer, I learned that most of what we do in life is, or where we work or structure business around us, is all based on a pyramid. So like I said, I'm a nurse. When I look at that, you know, it really is that pyramid type structure. There's the director of nursing at the top there, and then we have our nurse managers and nurse educators and all that underneath. And what I've seen from my time in nursing over the last 10 years is that, you know, when there is a new position that becomes available, we're fighting amongst our peers to get the position, or we're fighting to get the shifts, or we're, you know, we're trying to step on each other's toes to try and get that notoriety in our position that might come with a slight pay increase, but what it also generally comes with is increased responsibility. So whether it's increased responsibility for supervising the ward or the patients, it might be increased responsibility for supervising staff, or even things like rosters or educating new staff, new nurses coming through and all that kind of thing. So, you know, there's a lot of extra responsibility that goes with it. Nursing is generally a shift-based role, and I was really excited by the business with the opportunity to not have to work shift work anymore, to be able to choose my hours and just have that flexibility in being able to reduce my work hours and then be there for after school activities like swimming lessons or gymnastics or dancing or any of that sort of thing. It means that I can now be there for morning assemblies because I can, you know, I'm much more flexible in what hours, because I'm not just going to work for the money. I've now got this second income that has very quickly become my plan A, and explain what that means a little bit in a minute. But you know, it really means that I don't have to take a shift just to pay the bills. What it means is that I can take a shift because I enjoy what I'm doing, and I get to go in and nurse from a different perspective, really come to it because I enjoy doing it rather than because I have to be there. So it's really changed my outlook on things. I was worried when I first started that I was going to have to chase down my friends and family, and I learned very quickly that that's certainly not what this business is about. And you know, if you're doing it that way, then I'm really sorry, but you be doing it wrong, because that's just not what we teach within our company. It's certainly a heart-driven company, and we look at reconnecting with old friends, but then also making connections with new friends. So all these beautiful women on the call tonight weren't my friends 3 years ago, and now they're the people that I go to if I need someone to talk to, or I have a shoulder to cry on, or any of those sorts of things. You know, these are my people now, and it's really, really heartwarming to know that they're on that same beautiful journey as me, and they're all just as passionate about helping other people. So certainly didn't have to hunt down friends or family, which was something that I was concerned about. And I also was worried that I didn't know a lot of people, but what I found that my business started to grow organically when I shared it with one person, that shared it with the next person and the next person and the next person, and it just really flowed on from there. A bit like popcorn on the stove, it just started popping away, and things just flourished. So I guess the other thing is that when you look at this business, it's we have different people coming into it, and to begin with, I was someone that came in with just wanting to cover my products, cover my costs, and it meant that I could happily take the products, have my family on the products, and know that we were bridging that gap, like Megan said before, about between what we should eat and what we actually were eating. So, you know, there's that type 1 sort of personality that comes in just wanting to cover the cost. And then there's the type 2 person that comes in that sort of says, well, I'd really like to cover this bill, or I'd like to put it towards the mortgage, or I'd like to pay the electricity or put it on the credit card or things like that, or even save for a family holiday each year. And that's completely fine too if you come into it and that's just where you want to be. But like I said, I saw this as my plan A very quickly and saw it as a way out of shift work and out of the rat race, I suppose, that this quickly became my plan A, and that there's a third type of person that comes into it that sees it as this plan A and sees it as a vehicle to really change not only your own life. And, you know, I saw it as a way of changing our family's life. My husband was working fly in, fly out. So to get him home was our number 1 priority. And, you know, to be able to have this as the first line of income and really just have that financial freedom to make lots of choices and just be the sort of person that, you know, your heart desires type thing. So that's probably all from me. I'm going to pass over to Emma, who's going to share a little bit about her business story as well. Thanks, Emma.
Hi. So I'm Emma. I'm also down in Albany, in Western Australia, just in case there's anyone watching from other places. And I've been in the business it'll be 3 years at the end of June, so coming up for 3 years. And when you talked about the person that's doing plan C and B and A, I think I've been all of them. So I saw this opportunity about 3 months before I joined. I watched a video very similar to this with people sharing their stories, and I really loved the way that they were working together. And they seemed to be enjoying what they were doing, and they all seemed to be happy. They all seemed to be healthy, and that it looked like fun. And I have done businesses like this before. So although I had some reservations, I guess, about whether I could do it, because I've done 2 of these before and it didn't work. So there was like, well, I know those businesses work for some people, but I don't know if they work for me. But what I could see was that there was a team and there was a system and there was loads of support. So if ever it was going to work for me, this would be the place. And I didn't need it at the time, but I did know if I ever did one of those businesses again, that looks like a good team and that's where I'd go. So I just saved it on a little notepad somewhere. And then 3 months later, my son, he was going to kindy, and, you know, I'd got all these plans for what I was going to do when he started school, and he didn't get on very well at kindy. He was bored and uninspired and hated going. And so he ended up homeschooling. And then I'm a single parent, so I was like, oh, crikey, you know, all my plans had gone wrong. I'd got this little bit of savings that was getting me through until he started school and I could get a proper job again. So I thought, oh, I'll have a look at this thing again. And so I came in and I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd researched the products in the meantime and thought that they wouldn't hurt me. Then I could definitely probably get some good results from taking those. So I'll try the products because I didn't feel like I could tell other people about them if I didn't believe in them myself. And I thought, well, I might as well sign up so that I can save a bit of money on my products. And then I started to feel really, really good. Within about 10 days of being on the products, I really noticed the change in my health. And I thought, oh, I could do this. And then I was plugged into some of the training that I was talking about, and I listened, and I started to see, oh, this could actually be something quite good. And then I went along to a little training meeting where I met some of these girls for the first time. And I think that was really the thing that changed it for me, because I had all these connections then of people that were successful in the business, and they all had my back, and they all gave me some tips on what I needed to do. And I could see that they were just normal people. As much as I love you all, like, you're all just normal people, and that you've just come here and you've learned what we're taught, and you've followed the system and you've made it work. And so I thought, well, I can do that too. So at that point, I was like, okay, this can be my plan A. So since that point, I've been treating it as plan A. My son is now 7. We're still homeschooling, and it's, I'm really grateful because we have so much better life. Like, if I think if I was going to go back to college and I was going to work and he was going to go to school, and now we just have complete freedom. Like, we don't have to be anywhere. We don't have to be at school at a certain time. We don't have to be at work for certain shifts. We can take a holiday whenever we want to. We go on trips for work, which we're heading up to Perth at the weekend to catch up with you guys, and going to the aquarium and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's just brought me an amazing life, really, which I didn't anticipate. And I never would have predicted. I didn't sort of sit as a little girl saying, you know, when I grow up, this is what I want to do. But sometimes things work out better than you could ever plan. And I'm really grateful that I said yes, and that someone shared it with me. And I'm really grateful for this community, which, you know, it is. I was new to town when I first started. So you're talking about knowing people. I was like, oh, I don't even know anyone. I just moved back here. I'd been in the UK for 6 years. Just moved back to Australia, didn't know anyone, didn't even have school mums because my son had dropped out of school. What am I going to do? But I've connected with people through this business, and like Joe said, I've got old friends that I'm working with, and I've got lots of new friends that I've made. So yeah, it's really good, and it keeps me sane as a homeschooling mum. You can imagine being at home on your own with just your kid, to have a network like this to connect with is really amazing. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Emma, and thank you, Joe, as well. And yeah, I absolutely love that this business can be for absolutely anybody. You know, it can be a plan A, a plan B. It can be, you know, an extra little side hustle that you're doing in stolen moments to just build your bank account and have that little cash fund on the side. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has shared their stories tonight. And if any of that resonates with you guys, please go back to the person that invited you here and ask any questions that you might have, and just have a conversation and just see what this could possibly be for you. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you later.